route for me. Run me the keys, run me the B's, run me that flow back. Your top three, I'm not number one, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Chicago Bears and the New York Giants. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. From the 10. And able to get this out to the 25. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down. This defense for the Bears, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Excellent defensive play by Dominic Robinson, beating the line and dropping him for a loss. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Now Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
He's got a man complete. A big play there on the catch and run. 83 yards. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. Montgomery will score. Touchdown, Chicago. So a great start. They force the turnover on the other side and then take it down the field on their first drive and finish it off with a short touchdown run.
Nice and efficient. Excellent job blocking. Finds the gap and barrels into the end zone. Great way to finish off that drive.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. But that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Pulled in at the 24. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Fields. Here's Griffin on the catch. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 41. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Gets it down close to the 10-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Fields on 3rd down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Santos' kick is up and through. So another scoring drive there, Charles, in an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll get this to the 32. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing Jones. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is taken in at the 5. A huge play there for Chicago. 41 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. From the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Man open, that's Byron Pringle complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. 43 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Got an open man, it's Pringle. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action. It's Fields. Completes it to Trevon Wesco. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Give him 32 on the play. Fields going to hold on to it. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. His third rushing touchdown on the year, his fifth overall. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
It'll buy some time right. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. Looking to throw. Jones. And that's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here we go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
A first down carry for Barkley. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll go to Barkley again. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. 2nd down and goal. Jones. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. He's at the 50. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. A shotgun snap. Fields stiff-armed him. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken just shy of the 10. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now a first down throw. Fields. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. To throw is Fields. Steps away. Caught here by Griffin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And some room to work. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 60 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the gun, here's Fields. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a jet sweep. Here comes Claypool with it. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Well, not exactly the way that they drew it up, partner, but certainly not going to complain because the end result, touchdown.
A great outcome for the offensive side, but a crushing play defensively. You make a quick stop, force a fumble, only to see them take the fumble all the way in for 6 points. Now the challenge becomes not getting down and going out and continuing to make plays and hoping the ball bounces your way the next time.
And that'll carry over the back. Zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Jones now on 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Throwing deep for Galladay. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused.
It's caught inside the 25. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 2nd and 7, Jones sliding out of the pocket. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Daniel Jones doing it himself from 9 yards out. And the Giants get a bit closer. Gano the extra point, and the lead now down to 20. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Fields. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
68 yards on the ground for him so far. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for two. Jones throwing for it. He's got it. So they convert the two. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a two-score game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Now Montgomery running right. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Back to throw, Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
No, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. I wonder, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Throwing deep for Galladay. And this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Back to throw again. He dumps it off to Barkley. Touchdown, Giants! Saquon Barkley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he finds Montgomery complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. No, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain an 11-point spread. And that miss should just about write a finish to this one.
Yeah, they needed 2 scores, and they needed that field goal there to be the first one and still give them an opportunity. But now, with the time left on the...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Fields. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by Julian Love. And the Giants will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, It's better.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jackrabbit Jenkins. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care.
Our Father who art in heaven, I love when you toss me blessings. You